Now I'm pleased to welcome Ambarish Mitra, co-founder of Greyparrot, a UK-based company using AI and computer vision to transform waste management and recycling systems. He is an insatiable innovator and a tech pioneer. Rish brings deep expertise on how AI can drive measurable impact for a more circular economy worldwide. Please, Rish.
Thank you, Elena. Thanks, David Christian. Hi, everyone. My name is Ambarish Mitra. Really excited to be in Istanbul, a phenomenal city. I love Turkish culture and food, and I love this city. Is not only a bridge of continents' culture, but as we are noticing, it's also now a bridge into sustainable leadership. So very, very happy to be here, and thanks Zero Waste Forum for inviting me and my peers here. So you guys are you've been hearing for a couple of days the waste crisis, and maybe some of the things I'll repeat could sound repeatable, but let me throw some insight. Waste is an interesting paradox for everybody, whether you're a developing nation or a developed nation. It's seen as a failure by many because 92% of world's recyclable goods do not get recycled. That's 2 billion tons a year. But the issue is we are calling it waste. Think of the psychology of it, right? As if we are already giving it away. There's no hope. Because we use the word, we waste time, it's wasted. And I'd encourage, and in my jargon every day, I always like to call it material asset management. What is really waste, right? It's plastics, 60 different kinds of polymers, it's metals, it's paper, it's cardboard. We all buy these things as producers, as consumers, with a certain value. And just because we dispose it, we think the value from it is gone. And that is the greatest issue. First of all, it's a mindset issue. The next challenge, as David set the foundation for, we have solved so many problems in this world. We're going deep sea, we're going space, we're connecting humans through the internet. Why is this commonality, food, common things between humans are food, shelter, clothing, love, and waste. Because each human creates waste, right? We cannot deny that. Why are we not able to solve this? It's a data problem. And you'll hear it again and again, but I want to emphasize it for you. Each one of you in this room, at least 10 companies know what you're doing. Probably Instagram knows what you're about to buy next. Google knows how you got here. Uber knows the ride you took. Data is being shared. Fact of life. I'm not going to talk about privacy. It's fact of life. Billions of dollars of data is being traded every millisecond to sell you goods and services. So you're in the middle, the consumer. You consume, zero digitization. The moment the product enters the bin, who's tracking it? You as a consumer think, my job is done. Many people don't realize the bin is the start of the waste journey. It's not the end. There is a whole world. We call it the shadow economy. Some call it the underworld, which is the mirror. You consume, sell, and where does it go? When we were trying to solve this problem, as Greyparrot, we thought we first have to bring the culture and awareness that waste is a material, and it is the only industry where people do not calculate it as an asset when it comes in. No waste processing company in the world. If you're making a car, you know all your parts. If you're making a phone, you know all your parts. Waste is the only industry. What comes in, people running those industries have very little awareness of it. So at Greyparrot, we build the world's first eyes and brains of the waste industry, where we started the mission that we want to value every piece of waste in the world as a resource. And the only way to do it is to bring large-scale awareness what goes in the waste processing plants. Majority of developed infrastructure places in the world, the destiny of a waste product, things you throw in your bin, is not decided in your bin. It's decided in these plants called material recovery facilities. Whether a product will go to landfill, will get incinerated or burned or get recycled, it's decided here. So we designed this camera which processes huge amount of waste. I mean, just to give you some sense of quantum, we process 25% of all waste in United Kingdom. We process just under 10% of waste in the US, and we're operating out of 20 countries. And this camera, I'll show you in the next slide, every second recognizes the material, the weight, the value, its status, whether it's food grade, non-food grade, its emissions, its brand, and its size. It's also its center of gravity because we sometimes partner with robotic companies to pick the waste up. And we classify everything not as waste but what it is, so that they could be sorted, understood, and actually educated that it could be sold in the secondary markets. So this is a very big movement. I'll give you an example how one of the largest manufacturers of MRF plants in South Korea is using the same technology to power robots in mini city-based waste processing plants. These are called the Itainers. So it's the same equipment that is recognizing all waste and using it as a brain. You know, some of you have seen companies like Waymo, that is like a self-driving car. So what Waymo does is makes existing cars into self-driving cars. Same way Greyparrot is making these existing waste processing plants into automated plants. One last thing, it doesn't end there. You know, our goal is this is not an AI story, it's an enablement story. I'm not excited just because it's cool AI. I'm excited because one little plant in Turkey or one little plant in Indonesia or big plants in America can learn and actually share that knowledge with the world up the value chain for packaging companies to show them that they can use this intelligent and create real circular economy. So we recently launched our second product called Deep Nest, which is the world's first packaging insight platform, where we share the stories of how each brand's packaging performs in the real world. Why I'm using the phrase real world again and again, you know, imagine if car makers sold cars to you which only worked in your street, but when you drive it in the motorway, it doesn't work, or when you go to another city, it doesn't work. Packaging is a little bit like that today. You know, they tell you it's circular and it's recyclable, but in reality, it fails the infrastructure of many parts of the world. And that's why a platform like this is bringing more accountability, more responsibility, and Greyparrot is trying to drive not only brands but packaging makers, but also policy makers to take action, you know, to take action, to take accountability, and to drive a lot more circular economy. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the discussion.
Thank you, Rish, and thank you, all of you. Now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.